G'day fellas and welcome to your coaching for today. Now I want to talk about this 10-day turnaround. For some of you that haven't done it, now is the time. What I'm covering over the next 10 days of your coaching. When you sign up for this, it's obviously free, fellas. I want you to really get engaged with this and take a lot out of it, starting with owning your truth, where you're at in life at the moment, and then making that declaration, understanding primal power, nourish the body, move the body, creating space for yourself, your environment, tapping into the circles of significance for yourself. Self, family, and service, how you're adding value to the world, to your family, but first and foremost, building out yourself to be a true 100% for those around you. From there, fellas, also touching base with, a couple of key things when it comes to that inner fire, building the framework out to be able to handle all the shit that hits you, because it won't stop. The adversities will never stop in challenging you to be more and to be better in your life. And from there, we also get clear on your surrounding environment, the health and fitness industry and how they've let you down, as well as the world that's forgotten dads in today's time, the modern world and how they've forgotten you. So make sure you jump in there, fellas, and go all in with that stuff. Like there's so much in there. There's so much value in there for you. You really need to take it with two hands and run with it. And this is going to help you break free from where you're at the moment, the rut that you're currently in, to move forward to where you want to get to into spring and also into summer. But with today's training, I want to talk about the identity cycle. So I'm going to do a screen share here now, and I'm going to bring this up to show you where you can feel you can move forward, because at the moment you're stuck in certain periods with your life. This is called the identity cycle. So who you want to be is something that we want to move you into that space, that state, that awareness. But who you currently are is something we need to also identify. And who you are, fellas, is based off the back of your beliefs. Now, your beliefs here, lack thereof, whatever you may have, valuable values, principles, things that you have in place, your habits, your routines, your rituals, they are ultimately going to affect your emotions and your feelings, how you currently feel about yourself. Now, with these feelings, these emotions, what you currently have, these are ultimately going to dictate to you your thoughts. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day, guys. Like, that's pretty crazy. Over 60,000 thoughts a day. So imagine what that's doing when it's not serving you into your actions or your lack thereof. Now, this is the challenging part, fellas. You're in this position where who you are is currently based off the back of your beliefs. Your beliefs are affecting your emotions and feelings, which ultimately is shifting the way you think about yourself, which is determining the sort of actions that you're going to take or lack thereof. And then that takes you back into this cycle of who you currently are. And this is the cycle. This is the pattern that you're in at the moment, boys. You're stuck in that constantly. You don't know how to break free from that. Well, how do you think you break out of that right now in the current circumstance that you're in? It's quite simple, really. It's not about making things complex. It's about reverse engineering this, okay? So who you want to be. Well, what we need to do is we need to start with action. And that age-old saying, you don't know what you don't know, well, it's true, which is why you're here. And you can invest in someone else's knowledge, their expertise, their experience to start to take the right line of action. And guess what? When you start taking action, that's going to shift your thoughts, literally what you're thinking. And what you're thinking is going to change what you're feeling. Now, the thoughts you have are based off the back of the actions that you're currently taking. Well, what are the right actions to take, Al? Well, like I said, we want to get primal power. So nourish the body, move the body, and create space for yourself. Very, very simple, fellas. Your body controls your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and beliefs so much more than you think. The microbiome of your gut health, the endorphins, the chemical releases from those primal things that are essential to us as men in moving, nourishing the body, moving the body, and then creating space for yourself, building out that fortitude to be able to handle all the shit that's going to face you in the modern world. Now, when you tap into that, fellas, you start to get clear on the thoughts that you can have. And then that raises your level of feeling, your self-esteem. Don't worry about that whole Aussie culture talk poppy shit. You need to have that belief in yourself. You got to back yourself. The world's tough enough as it is, fellas, let alone to start bringing in that self-doubt and not having that awareness of what's possible for yourself. When you start to build your emotions and your feelings, guess what? It shifts your beliefs. You start to change. Your beliefs start to change. Your belief patterns, how you think and feel about yourself from the actions you've taken, the thoughts that then shift, the emotions and feelings on yourself, your beliefs. Well, guess what? When your beliefs start to change, you start to change. And that's where you have absolute power here in what is it you want to change and achieve in your life. But no one understands, fellas, that this is a cycle. So there are big cycles, and it's working with that level of fluidity. Who you want to be in life at the moment is also running at the same time of who you currently are. And at any stage, I'll take these two back, at any stage, you can shift back in and self-sabotage you moving forward, taking some action. Wrong line of action, or it shifts your thoughts, or work hits you hard, or you have a fight with a missus, or something happens, and then bang, you move straight back into this cycle and move around here again. You might take some action, your thoughts shift, that's great, and then your emotions and feelings shift, and then your beliefs change. But then, like all of us, adversities hit us, they change. Something happens in life where you get rocked, you get hit for six, and then all of a sudden you come back in, and the belief pattern becomes an old one, which shifts your emotions, your thoughts, your actions, and then you go back to who you were. This is a dangerous trap, fellas. What you need to do is focus. Where the focus goes, that energy flows. And when we keep on this outer, on reverse engineering the current state that you're in, you'll continue to shift into who you want to be in life. And that plays a huge role. But how do I action that out? What do I need to do to start taking action with that? Well, that's a great question. And it comes down to this level of true power. There's a couple of different things to adopt with this, but your level of true power is basically a triangle or a trifecta. Knowledge, knowing, learning something, taking action, and then reflect and grow. They are all equally important, fellas. You need to acquire the knowledge, but that alone is not going to get you across the line. You need to take action with that knowledge. What I'm showing, what I'm teaching you here, what I'm explaining and leading here firsthand, leading in that you can take actionable change with. But then with that, did it work? Was it the right line of action? I've taken action, okay, reflect and grow. Was it right? What can I tweak? What can I change? What can I relearn and study? And then bang, go again, rinse and repeat. This is so important. This is true power. That is true power. Not knowledge alone, you need that. Action, not alone, you don't know what right action to take. Reflect and grow. How did the action affect me? You've got to take all three of these. And I'll map it out in another simple format, fellas, which I'll close out with today's coaching and training on yourself and what I call C cubed, the 3 C's. The first one is, let's write this in here, courage. Knowing what's important to you, knowing what you need to do, having that know-how on what it is, the action that you need to take to move yourself in your life forward. And this is not easy, fellas. It's definitely not an easy thing to adopt or to have in your life. And it's not necessarily fearlessness. It's knowing what you should do and looking to take a line of action. What comes after that, Al? Exactly that line of action, which is commitment. I've had fathers on the phone to me before in tears, explaining and describing their life and how shattered they are and how it's falling apart. Okay, yeah, they've shown some courage. They've opened up and spoken about what's going on, but they haven't shown commitment. They haven't wanted to take action. They haven't been willing to do what it takes to move themselves forward. And without that, fellas, you cannot move forward. This does not exist. Commitment's a hard one, fellas. It is the hardest thing without a doubt. Everyone can muster the courage, but how do we action that courage with that level of commitment? But you know what? When you take that commitment and you start taking action, then guess what? You're going to have the final C, which is certainty. Anything and everything you do in life, fellas, is going to give you a level of certainty. It's going to give you a level of certainty on whether it worked or whether it didn't work. Was it a yay or was it a nay? Now, collectively, we need all three. You need to showcase a level of courage in your life. You need to show that you're committed to taking that step, to taking action off the back of the courage that you've just shown in knowing what you need to do. And what you also need to do is be aware. Have a look at what you're doing and know that there's a level of certainty in what you've done, the action that you've taken. Did it work? Didn't it work? If it didn't work, what did I learn? What's the knowledge I can pull from this to take action and go again? Did it work? Awesome. Rinse and repeat. Go again, go again, go again. And that, fellas, is our C cubed, our 3 C's, from which you can take a higher level of action to move yourself from where you currently are into who you want to be. That is true power. That is what it takes to move your life forward, fellas. And that's what you need to do to shift that identity cycle that's currently in your life at the moment that you're not happy with. I hope you enjoyed this, boys. Make sure you dive right in and jump into this 10-day turnaround. This is so important for you. Getting some momentum off the back of some self-disciplines, doing some worksheets, some truth assessments, declarations on what you want to achieve, who you want to be in your life, and shifting that. Starts with that 10-day turnaround, as well as engaging with this group, sharing where you're stuck, the rut that you're in, what you need to break free from, where you're getting issues and where you need help with, whether it's nourishing the body, fueling that body, moving it, the mindset, the mindfulness, creating the space where you want to. Any challenges and issues you have, you need to share them, engage with them, and show me where I can help you further. But it starts with you having that awareness and acknowledging, putting your hand up, owning your truth on where you are right now, your identity, and who you currently are, moving yourself into who you want to become. Take care, boys. Have an awesome day, and let's start kicking some ass and crushing it and moving ahead in life on your terms.